hydrant. Opposite direction. Opposite direction. Hug the cow. Give your neighbor a stinky hug.
My head is spinning.
Whatever comes, wherever goes, there is one thing that I know, that you are faithful. Yes, you are faithful. So I speak out your word. It has the power to change my world. You're my breakthrough. You're my breakthrough. So I will trust you. I will trust you. You are never-ending river, flowing full of power, washing over me. I will run into the water. Jesus, take me deeper, saturating me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. In the midst of despair, you are God, you are there, you're always with me. You're always with me. So I will trust you. Yes, I will trust you. You are never-ending river, flowing full of power, washing over me. I will run into the water. Jesus, take me deeper, saturating me. I don't care what it looks like. I'm diving in. Nothing will stop this passion. I'm praising Him. I don't care what it looks like. I'm diving in. Nothing will stop this passion. I'm praising Him. I'm praising Him. You are a never-ending river, flowing full of power, washing over me. I will run into the water. Jesus, take me deeper, saturating me. I don't care what it looks like. I'm diving in. Nothing will stop this passion. I'm praising Him.
I'm sure you all are super excited because you just got to sing Drive the Bus and you got to drive around and do all those different motions. And the river, I know that is a really fun song that you enjoy too. So I hope you guys are having a great time today already with our time together. I just want to introduce what we're going to start doing maybe for the next few weeks. We'll see how far it goes. But we're going to be looking at Hebrews chapter 11. If you don't know about Hebrews chapter 11, it is referred to as the faith chapter because it lists in here the great men and women of faith all throughout the Bible. Today, we're going to start with the first one, who is actually Abel. And we're going to go into that story in just a little bit. But first of all, let's talk a little bit about faith. What is faith? A lot of people think faith is the opposite of fear. But you know what? Faith is actually the opposite of sight. Because if I can see something, I know what's going to happen or I can see, but faith is based upon something you cannot see and you have no idea what's going to happen with it. Hebrews chapter 11 starts with this. Faith is the confidence that what we hope for will actually happen. It gives us assurance about things we cannot see. Now, does that mean that if I stand here and I say, oh God, I hope it's going to be really nice today, going to be like 75 degrees, going to be beautiful that I can play outside. Does that mean it's going to happen because I hoped for it? No, that's not what faith is. Faith is hoping in God, putting your trust and your belief and your total confidence in Him, in what He says. These men and women that we're going to start looking at, they are people that God gave them instructions or He gave them promises, and they, through faith, held on to what those promises were. Even when what they could see didn't seem like it could ever be or it could ever happen, but they held on to it and said, God, I believe you. I trust you with everything I've got because you said it, it's going to happen. It goes on to say, by faith, we understand that the entire universe was formed at God's command, that what we now see did not come from anything that was seen. You know what? I believe with my whole heart that God was the one who created this world, and He created it from nothing. I believe that it exists because God chose for it to exist. That's faith. On down it says it's impossible to please God without faith. Anyone who wants to come to Him must believe that God exists and that He rewards those who earnestly seek Him. Then in Hebrews 11, he goes down through this list of these people who were rewarded. They may not have seen here on earth, but they were rewarded for their faith, for their complete trust in who God was. Abel, our friend, he trusted that what God said needed to be obeyed. He believed that the gift that he gave needed to be what God required, not just what he decided to give. Oh my goodness. What's Bobby doing over there? He looks like he's looking for something. Let's go follow him around and find out what it is.
I should probably get Sarah something. Some kind of present. What's around here that I could get her? What's just left around? There's gotta be something on the ground or on. I'm gonna look around. There's gotta be something. Okay. Oh, an M&M. She loves M&Ms, right? These are M&Ms. Well, there's some in here. Other, I don't know, maybe. What else is around? Oh, there's stuff back here. There's always good stuff back here. This is like the secret awesome spot. Beach ball. We can play wet hat. Oh, the trophy. The summer camp trophy. She would love that. She loves Mr. Potato Head. No, maybe a scooter? No, I don't know. Ooh, Camille's office. Candy. Sarah loves candy. Oh, there's such good choices. Sarah loves candy. Bobby loves candy. Maybe Bobby will get Bobby some candy. Yeah. The baby room. We got a baby on the way. She'd love a baby present. Ooh, what about this one? Oh. No, this could end up being for Bobby as well. That wouldn't be a good idea. Ooh, I could draw her a picture. It's gotta be. That's not very good. That's just kind of something, nah, I'm not a very good drawer. Let's see, what could be good? I just don't know. There's some leftover stuff over here. This could be maybe an old book. You know, that's just kind of left here. No one, there's another book. Somebody left this book too. Or maybe a Kleenex? I don't know. Wonder if there's something left in the fridge. There's some orange juice and some cups with people's names on them. Nah, that doesn't sound so good. Books. There's just nothing really that exciting laying around. Maybe some clothes. She likes clothes, right? Maybe there's some old stuff. I bet she might like some of that. Old, weird stuff. It might be a nice present. You know what? I probably shouldn't find a present for my wife. Something that I want to show her I care about her that's just laying around on the ground, right? I probably should get something valuable that actually shows I care for her rather than something. And these clothes kind of remind me of some of the Bible stories we've told being in clothes like this. So I bet it kind of reminds me of the story of Cain and Able. Maybe we should talk about that a little bit more today. Let's see if we can have some help telling that story. You see toys because the toys want you to see Jesus.
My wife, Eve, aren't you so proud of our two sons? First, we had Cain. Hi, I'm Cain. I like to work in the fields and plant crops. And then we had our son Abel. Hi, I am Abel, and I like to work with my flocks of sheep and other animals. Oh, I'm Cain, and you know what? I've been thinking I should give a sacrifice to the Lord. I guess I could give him a little bit of my fruits and vegetables. I'm going to give a sacrifice to God too, but I'm going to give him the very best for my very firstborn sheep. Let's pick out the best for God. Meh. Cain, why are you so angry? Oh, God, because you liked Abel's sacrifice more than mine. If you do what is right, won't it be accepted? But if you do what is wrong, then of course sin is trying to master you, but you must master it. Hey, Abel, come here for a minute. Yes, Cain? Let's go for a walk in the field. Oh, okay. Yeah, keep walking. Hey, look over there. What is it? Just a second. Cain, yes, Lord? Where is your brother Abel? I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper? What have you done? Listen, your brother's blood cries to me from the ground. You are cursed.
Wow, that story of Cain and Abel, that's amazing. Just how Cain allowed his heart to be filled with so much jealousy and anger, and not just anger at God, but at his brother, and what it led to. Such a sad ending. But you know what? Abel is mentioned in Hebrews chapter 11, our faith chapter, the heroes of the faith. Abel is mentioned as one of those because Abel guarded his heart. And he made sure that he was living a life that was pleasing to God. It reminds me of this verse, Proverbs 4:23. It says, above all else, guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life. What does that mean? That means, am I supposed to wear a shield over my heart all the time? Obviously not. What it's talking about is that heart, the center of who we are, the heart where God dwells, where we've invited Jesus to come in and make a difference because of what he's done for us. We need to guard what we allow to go into our hearts, namely, like Cain, jealousy, because God accepted Abel's gift, but not Cain's. He was jealous. His jealousy went into anger, and his anger just boiled and boiled inside of him, and still he wanted to hurt his brother. Why does it say, for it is the wellspring of life? Because with Cain, we see that it became his actions. What he allowed to build in his heart came out into his life, into the way that he lived. And it actually led to action. The wellspring, if you think of a spring or something that's in the ground, a spring that's bubbling up, that's what comes out of what's underneath. And so what's in our heart eventually comes out in the way we live. So it's very important that we watch what we allow to go into our hearts. So today, for our memory verse game, and I apologize, my writing is just, I don't like my writing, but hey, it's here, and we're going to erase it here in just a little bit. But if you remember, kids, the memory game that we do, where we take a word out and we keep repeating it, and by the end, when this is all blank, we know the verse. So today, we're going to do that together. We're going to repeat it together first, say the whole verse, go through, I'll erase a word or a picture, all right? And then by the end, you're going to know the verse. And at the end, I'm going to tell you something to do if you've memorized this verse. All right, let's start together. Above all else, guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life. Proverbs 4:23. Let's see, which word should I take out? Let's take out an easy one. Okay, there we go. Above all else, guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life. Proverbs 4:23. Let's take another one out. Let's take this one out. Okay. Above all else, guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life. Proverbs 4:23. Let's take this. Okay. Above all else, guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life. Proverbs 4:23. Which one? Let's take another short one out. Okay. Above all else, guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life. Proverbs 4:23. Let's take this out. Okay. Above all else, guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life. Proverbs 4:23. You guys are doing great. Let's take this one out now. Okay. Above all else, guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life. Proverbs 4:23. Good job, good job. Let's take this out. Above all else, guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life. Proverbs 4:23. Next, let's take this short one out. Above all else, guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life. Proverbs 4:23. Let's take this out now. Get into the bigger words now. Okay. Above all else, guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life. Proverbs 4:23. Let's take this one. Above all else, guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life. Proverbs 4:23. Above all else, guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life. Proverbs 4:23. Let's do this. Above all else, guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life. Proverbs 4:23. Above all else, guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life. Proverbs 4:23. Almost there. Above all else, guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life. Proverbs 4:23. Last one. Above all else, guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life. Proverbs 4:23. If you learned that verse and you know it really well, have mom or dad take a video of you saying it, send it to me, and you just might appear on next week's UC Kids video.
Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges. Oh, don't forget Ruth. 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, 1st and 2nd Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, and then old Job. Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Song of Solomon. Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, Daniel, Hosea, and Joel. Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, and old Malachi. Luke and John, Acts and Romans, 1st and 2nd Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians and Colossians, 1st and 2nd Thessalonians, 1st and 2nd Timothy, Titus and Philemon, Hebrews and James, 1st and 2nd Peter, 1st and 2nd and 3rd John, Jude and Revelation. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, and don't forget Ruth. 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, 1st and 2nd Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, and then old Job. Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Song of Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, Daniel, Hosea, and Joel. Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, and old Malachi. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, Acts and Romans, 1st and 2nd Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, and Colossians, 1st and 2nd Thessalonians, 1st and 2nd Timothy, Titus, and Philemon, Hebrews and James, 1st and 2nd Peter, 1st and 2nd and 3rd John, Jude and Revelation.
Well, boys and girls, I hope that you have enjoyed our time together with your family and learning about Cain and Able. And I hope you remember those books of the Bible and some of those pictures that you saw. Well, keep learning, Keep striving to be more like Jesus every day, and we'll see you next week.